Hey guys, welcome to my channel Tokyo Foodie Sarah. In this video today, I want to be showing you my evolution of my makeup from when I was in the UK to when I started living in Japan. I'm obviously not a makeup YouTuber or beauty YouTuber or anything like that, but I just wanted to show you how different they could be depending on which country you live in and the culture you get influenced by. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna start off with the UK makeup first. What hasn't changed since then is that I clip my hair with this thing. It's kind of like the spiky bit of a Velcro, and if you just take your hair and put this on top, your fringe stays at the back. For the base, I've actually been using the same product since when I was at university, and it's the Sofina Primavista makeup base. So I would take a bit of that. I only have a bit left, I hope there's enough. I like this base because, you know, when you sweat, your foundation becomes kind of wobbly around here, but this base really stops it from doing that. So yeah, it's amazing. I've been using, like, I don't know how many I've used in the past. Okay, that's it. And then back in the UK, I was like, I don't really want to wear foundation, so I just went straight on to applying face powder after the base. Yeah, I didn't know much about makeup, so I would use the puff sponge and just like rub it on my face. Then if I had any pimples, which I used to back in the UK, like I used to have a lot of them, I would apply some concealer. It's a different one that I'm using. Oh, by the way, the powder that I was using is just the Revlon Color Stay powder, and I'm using the Saem concealer now. It's a Korean brand. And then once I've covered that, I would cover it again with the face powder. And after applying the base, which took like no time, I would go straight on to applying some eyeshadow. And the eyeshadow is the actual one that I used to use back in the UK. It's Kate Tokyo by the makeup brand called Canmake. You know, back in the UK I thought it's like the darker the better because your eyes would look bigger that way, which was a mistake now that I think about it. So I'm gonna apply it the way I used to. So I would use a brush and apply this white powder. I think that looks good. And on the other side of the eyes, I'm gonna apply the darkest color. Well, I haven't used this eyeshadow in a long time. I know these things have like the use by date, and it used to be like 3-4 years ago when I got these eyeshadows, but who cares, it's still there. To kind of blend the lighter color and the darker color, I'm going to use the middle shade. So I'm going to be applying some eyeliner. This one also I've been using since when I was at uni. It's called the K Palette One Day Tattoo. Yeah, it's really good. It doesn't smudge, so. And like back in the UK, I thought the steeper the line at the edge, the better. I wanted those like cat eye look. Yeah, so I would go from the tip like that. Yeah, that looks about right. And then in general, my eyeliners would be quite thick because I thought they needed to be visible. And the underlines had to be quite visible as well. Whoa, I feel like a different person. And then mascara. I've been using the same mascara since university. It's called the Dejavu Fiber Wig. Yeah, this one's drying out, so I need to really get a new mascara. Maybe I'll play around with new mascaras this time. Sometimes I would draw some white lines with this white pencil looking thing. And onto my eyebrows. So I didn't do that much things to my eyebrows, but I think I used to use this. I think my mom gave it to me. She bought it at a 100 yen store. It's quite old. I probably shouldn't be using it, but who cares. Which color did I use? I used the brown darker color. I'm trying my best. Something like that, yeah. And then what did I do? Oh, blush. Okay, for the blush I'm just using the Revlon Perfectory Natural Blush Sweet Coral. Cool. I wanted it to be like steep and kind of like an oval shape. So I would start off here and then just like bring it to the top. Like that. And I don't think I put on that much blush because especially when I was going out to have some alcohol, I get Asian flush, so I didn't really want to look redder. Yeah, that's about it. Anything else? No. For my lips, I didn't like putting on lipstick, so I just used these lip balm with some colors, which works perfectly fine, I think. It doesn't stay on forever, but it does the job. And yeah, there we go, we have the UK makeup. I'm just gonna do my hair a bit so it's more presentable. Okay, that is my UK look. In terms of earrings, I used to wear really big earrings because, I don't know, I thought they looked nice. I think these earrings I just got from a random store in Japan. There we go! I'm just gonna rub this off and let's get on to the Japanese look. Let's start all over again, but this time with a Japanese look. So in terms of just like makeup or beauty stuff in general, I did gain a lot more knowledge after coming back to Japan. Mainly because like back in the UK, I had dance practices almost every day. Literally my lecture look would just be sweats on, no makeup, just like hair everywhere, and I was like, yeah, I wasn't really looking flattering or anything. But then I feel like in Japan, people care a lot more about beauty stuff. I heard that Japan is like the country where they spend the most money on beauty products. Just in general, I feel like I do a lot more with my face right now. Before the makeup starts, I'm gonna be doing my skincare routine. Back in the UK, I would literally just like go straight into applying makeup on my face, but I don't do that nowadays. I would just like wipe off some dust from my face using some toner. I don't have the packaging anymore because the packaging was really big and I only had like this much left, so I just transferred it to this small container, but I'll show you the packaging on the screen. I'm gonna apply some serum. This is the serum that was recommended by one of my favorite beauty YouTubers. She's Korean, but she's making YouTube in Japanese. It smells really citrusy and nice. And I would apply it gently on my face. Then once that's done, I'm gonna be applying some moisturizer on my face. This moisturizer is just like a random moisturizer that I got online. It's made from the byproduct of sake called sakekasu. If you've seen my video on amazake, you'll probably know what it is. This thing was actually quite cheap. I think it was like 700 or 800 yen, maybe. I don't know. I'll put the actual price on the screen. It does have a very distinct smell, but if you get over that, yeah, I really like this cream. Yeah, this is like the actual makeup that I do when I go outside or when I shoot for YouTube nowadays. So yeah, it's like the behind the scenes. And then I would just apply the same foundation primer that I used for my UK makeup. I hope there's enough left. I do have another bottle that I ordered. And then I would just like gently tap it in first. My skin feels so much better with this skincare routine because it feels more moist. And then at the end I would gently tap it with my palms just so that it kind of like settles on my skin. For my foundation, I'm gonna be using something I got quite recently and I really like it. It's the MAQuillage Dramatic Jelly Liquid. Yeah, it's just like liquid foundation by Shiseido. So I think I need that much, maybe. I never really know how much foundation to put on. Like, whenever you see me on any of these videos and my face looks really pale, that's probably because I applied too much foundation on my face. So now you know. And then with this MAQuillage liquid foundation, it came with a puff, so I'm just gonna use this one because that's what they recommend. Then some concealer again to cover my flaws. And also these, like, I started to get a bit of the dark circles. They're not that visible, but I just want them to go away, so I'm gonna apply concealer there as well. Just a gentle tap. And then what I didn't used to do is to apply highlights and bronzer on my face. I never really did that back in the UK, mainly because I didn't know how and I didn't want to end up looking really like carvy, if that makes sense. But then I realized that a lot of people in Japan do that, so I thought I should do it as well. I have both the liquid form and the powder form, so I'm gonna apply the liquid form first. It's like the same Korean brand as my other concealer, the Saem. So some there, some... where was it? There. And some there. Is that it? Oh, and here. Yep. The highlight here is to make your nose look taller. See, I think when you blend it well, it kind of looks natural. Yep, and then once that's done, I'm gonna apply some powder, face powder, which is slightly different from what I used earlier. It's the Innisfree No Sebum Moisture Powder. This is also a Korean brand. I got this online. Just to make sure that the makeup doesn't like smudge everywhere after like a few hours. I like this powder because it smells really nice. Okay, and then I would apply some powder highlights and blush. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, bad news, I can't find the powder highlighter, but it's okay. I'll just use some bronzer. So this is something I also got recently. Too Cool for School Art Class by Rodin. It's got like 3 shades, and I would apply it here to make my face look a bit sharper and just like smaller in general. And here, so that my chin looks smaller. See, I feel like I'm spending triple the amount of time just for base makeup after I came back to Japan. So guys, if you're watching this, please understand how much effort Japanese girls put in to make their faces look nicer. Okay, that's around the face done. And I'm gonna apply some smaller shadows, like nose shadow, to make your nose look taller again. We call ourselves flat face. There was like a really funny movie where a Japanese guy called Abe Hiroshi, he has very like distinct face, I should say. He played like the ancient Greek or Roman, I can't remember, guy who likes bathhouses a lot, and he was a character from back in like the ancient Greek time, and he time traveled to like the modern day, and he saw like the Japanese people and he was like, oh, who are these flat-faced people? So funny. Anyway, So to get rid of my flat faceness, I'm applying some shadows so my face looks more defined. From here. If this bit of your face is shorter, you look cuter apparently. Japanese makeup is all about making your face look cute. With like round eyes, round blush, round everything, round face. This thing is to make your nose look smaller apparently. Don't know if it really does, but and then a bit at the bottom of your lips to make them look more plump. And yeah, I think that's it. So that's finally the base makeup done. I haven't done the highlights, but whatever, I can't find them. Nowadays I do my eyebrows first to kind of understand the whole look, if that makes any sense. With eyebrows I use this Kate Tokyo Designing Eyebrow. It's one of the most popular eyebrow in Japan. Eyebrow powder? How do you call these? We just call it eyebrow. Yeah, Japanese English I guess. And yeah, in Japan what's more common nowadays is that you make your eyebrows look straight and kind of thick. That's the trend right now. I'm really bad at drawing eyebrows, so I'm still in the learning process. Back in the UK I didn't really do anything to my eyebrows. Is that okay? Yeah, I think that's fine. And then to make sure that everything looks kind of united, I'm gonna use the lightest color here and just like get that on the bigger brush and brush it through. Then I'm gonna do something to my actual eyebrows. I'm gonna use this comb, oops, and just like gently brush my eyebrows. And use this eyebrow mascara to make sure everything is like nicely integrated. Because you know the eyebrow powders were brown and my actual eyebrows are black. So I'm gonna make them brown and make them unite a little more. There we go. Yeah, I feel like this one looks softer, right? Like gives off that softer vibe, if that makes any sense to you. Yay! And then I would apply some blush after that. In terms of blush, I'm just going to use the same color as I did before, but I'm going to be applying it in a bit of a different way. So back in the UK I used to make it like longer and like have an oval shape, but this time I'm going to make it a bit round and not go too much towards this side of the face. You know when you smile and you get that bump on your cheek, that's where you want this to go. So it's like make it round, make it round. And I also apply some blush on my forehead and my chin, so that apparently like by doing this your face looks more vibrant and filled with blood. Yeah. Now what? Eye makeup. Nowadays I like using pink eyeshadow. This one is Sana XL Real Clothes Shadow, made in Japan. I think it's a Japanese brand, XL. I'm just gonna apply some of the lightest color on my eyelid. I like this brand because it doesn't give off so much color, it just gives you like the subtle look. Subtle, yeah, you know what I mean. Yep, then onto my pink looking eyeshadow, just at the edge of my eyes, because if I put them like all over my eyelid it would probably look like I got punched. Yep, I think that looks good. And I'm gonna apply some of the darkest purplish looking color. And before I apply some eyeliners, I'm gonna do something to the bottom of my eyes. So you see these, like, are they called eye bags? This like mini bit at the bottom of your eyes. In Japan we wanna do something with it because it makes your eyes look bigger. So what we do is that we have these, actually this is a Korean brand, it's also the Saem, but you draw the bottom bit of the eye bag so that it looks like your eye bags are more plump, and you apply some lighter color just like that. And now I'm gonna apply some eyeliner, but as you saw in my UK makeup, I used to draw them quite thick, but in Japan I draw them quite thin, just like really naturally. And as you saw in my UK makeup, I would draw some cat liner with my lines going upwards, but this time in Japan I normally make them go down, so my eyes look rounder rather than like sharper. So I would literally just like draw this downwards like that. So my eyes do look bigger and wider, but they don't look sharp. And then just like gently draw small lines. And then what I do differently with my eyelashes is that when I was back in the UK, I wanted my eyes to look sharp, so I would make my eyelashes move that way. But now that I'm in Japan, I want my eyes to look rounder and bigger, so I would try my best to put them like upwards. So in the UK I would, what are these called? Eyelash curlers, eyelash curlers. I would use them like that, so the ends of my eyelashes go towards that way. But nowadays I just use it kind of straight and even like bring it towards this way a bit. Okay, and then onto my mascara, that's kind of drying out. Same mascara as before. And then onto the lipstick. It really depends on how I'm feeling that day, but I feel like pink would make you look more Japanesey, maybe. So I'm just gonna apply some pink lipstick. This is from Uemura. It's a birthday present from my friend Ayaka, who's still living in Nagoya. There we go. I'm just gonna do my hair again. Yeah, okay, there we go. For my earrings, I'm gonna be putting these small and more delicate looking earrings because I feel like by putting those on, it makes me look small and delicate. I wish. Alright, so that's my Japanese makeup. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Do let me know in the comment section down below which look you prefer better, because I'm really interested. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it the thumbs up because it really supports my channel. And also subscribe to my channel to see more future videos about Japanese foods and culture. Bye!